Yeah. Let's see what it looks like on the online version. Should be a new version here now. It's a bit laggy. I don't know. I don't know. The fuck is that? Oh, what to do? What to do? Hmm. Let's check the to-do list. I don't know, actually. I don't know what to do. The movement is not feeling good. This is turning out to be a very hard thing to solve. There was this branch, right, where I tried to do something else. Network path, was it that one? Yeah. So again, what does this feel like? A bit weird. I think I need to really break this problem down and figure out what's going on here. That has worked before, right? So we have pathfinding on the server, and then the client does what? What if we do this? I just want to do the debugging on. Okay. Right, we don't see any now. Only the server. Wait, path max distance. What about 10 on this? I mean, removing collision would solve this problem for sure. Let's go into main again. Try to improve that one for now. Git checkout main, git git stash, git checkout main. I had this idea where when something goes to attack, its desired distance should be changed to be the attack distance. So we don't get these weird things when we have two things chasing us, where they just like line up and sometimes. And I think with the state machine, that shouldn't be too hard to do. It's here, walking to attack. We should do a navigation agent. We have one on the character state, right? Yeah. Dot path target desired distance. Yeah. Character dot fighting distance. Yep. And then we should probably have one here. No, we should probably have one on the base character, which is like fighting distance. So we could probably have one here, which is path desired distance. And that should be like 0.1 or something, 0.2. Oh my god, cursor is so good at the autocomplete. If distance to target is above plus 0.2, why do I have plus 0.2 here though? But okay, what does this do? I have a feeling this should make it better. Because now they should set their target paths differently. Don't die. Oh, fuck. That's an improvement, I think. Git commit improve like dynamic make target path desired distance, no, target desired distance dynamic. And if I do git tick interval 0.5, what happens? How is he not able to walk around them? Isn't that weird? I don't get it. You see, if I do like 15 here. No. It was not. Maybe I need to add the radius somehow. Wait, neighbor distance. Uh, so if I make this into like 1 meter, which is the combined radius, will he be able to figure this out? He can't even reach him then. What is the logic here? What if I write this question to Gemini? In my 3D MMORPG game, the prototype have issues with the movement of the characters. The movement is controlled by probably due to the sync or lack thereof between the server and the clients. The movement is controlled by navigation agents. Wait, the game is being developed in Godot 4.4. The movement is controlled by navigation agents. There is a navigation agent on the server and also on the client side. When trying to there are two issues. One, it seems the server and clients get out of sync or have different paths. I suspect this is because there is avoidance enabled in the pathfinding to avoid other agents, and if they get out of sync, which they will, the positions of the agents, the paths might be different too. Sometimes it seems the player can't find a way around other agents. For example, if facing two enemies attacking him, and clicking to move around, move to a position behind them, he does not find the path to walk around them. Why? Can you please find some good approaches to solve this issue? What has worked? What doesn't work? What are best practices, etc.? I never thought about using deep research for this before. But deep research is pretty damn good. Client-side prediction and server reconciliation apply when movement is determined by a pathfinding algorithm rather than direct player input. Investigate Godot-specific strategies for synchronizing navigation agent 3D state. Research what data is typically synchronized, for example, target position, velocity, a list of waypoints, and the trade-offs of each method in terms of bandwidth and smoothness. Research the specific challenges of using Godot's built-in avoidance system in a networked game. Find discussions on why client-side avoidance calculations can diverge from the servers and what solutions developers use. such as disabling client avoidance or using server-driven corrections. Explore alternative. I was actually thinking about that. If making on the client side, removing collision or removing avoidance and just following the server's path. Explore alternative synchronization techniques used in MMORPGs. This includes the server calculating the full path and sending key waypoints to the client, which then handles local movement between those points. Diagnose common reasons for Navigation Agent 3D failing to compute a path around dynamic obstacles in Godot. Investigate the issues related to navigation mesh generation settings, agent properties like radius and height, and the configuration of dynamic obstacle avoidance. Compare the pros and cons of different architectural approaches to solve this problem. Fully server authoritative path where clients only receive position updates. Hybrid model where the server provides waypoints and the client navigates between them. Client calculated path that is validated or corrected by the server. Synthesize the research into a set of best practices for implementing robust, synchronized character movement using Godot's navigation system in a multiplayer context. Find open source Godot 4 projects, code repositories, or in-depth tutorials that demonstrate working implementation of networked AI movement with Navigation Agent 3D. Yes, sounds good. Start research. Maybe need to read the documentation a bit more. 3D agent used to pathfind to a position while avoiding static and dynamic obstacles. The calculation can be used by the parent node to dynamically move it along the path. Requires navigation data to work correctly. Dynamic obstacles are avoided using RVO collision avoidance. It's computed before physics, so the pathfinding information can be used safely in the physics step. After setting the target position property, the get next path position method must be used once every physics frame to update the internal path logic of the navigation agent. The vector position it returns should be used as the next movement position for the parent node. Height offset max distance. This looks legit. Research very, very deeply. That's great. Hello. What's up, Ye-Man and Mark Dai? How are you doing? Good. Good to hear. Good to hear. Avoidance processing with many registered agents has a significant performance cost and should only be enabled on agents that currently require it. Maybe this should only be on when we are walking somewhere. What's this stream about? What's up, Dawson? I'm trying to figure out pathfinding over this multiplayer game. I'm building a point-to-click MMORPG. And so this client is connected to a server now. And like the walking works well over the network. Like I can open here so you can see it on another one. Yeah, you see they walk around here. It looks pretty decent, right? Problem is there are cases where it starts to become a bit weird, like here. See now? They act weird, and if I try to walk around them, he's like, it's not really figuring it out. And then the server and the client starts like acting strange. So that's what I'm doing now, like just trying to figure out what's the best approach to handle this. Coding, yeah. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you, Yeeman. If anyone has any ideas how to solve it, I'm all ears. What is an RVO avoidance? You were all kind of clueless. Oh, okay, no worries. Reciprocal velocity obstacles. Collision avoidance technique used in multi-agent navigation. Robot 1, Robot 2. What's up, TMW9? Trying to solve some networking bug in my game to get it to behave as I want it to. It's not easy. This is a problem I've been stuck on for a long time now. Can we make like hitboxes that don't collide, like weirdly? So like easy rectangular hitboxes. Yeah, they are. These hitboxes are quite simple. These are, what do you call it? Like a capsule you see around the player here. I can't zoom further, but yeah, you see. So that's the hitbox, and same with the enemy. This is the enemy's hitbox. But I was thinking about one approach. One approach would be to have the hitboxes be ignored by the client fully. and we just let the server tell the player or the client what the next target is. And on the client side, we don't care about the collisions. We might actually walk through something, but in general, we're not gonna walk through stuff. So you see, like if they don't move, it works okay. But as soon as they start moving, it becomes weird, and especially if there's many of them. Like if I move around them manually, yeah, that works. But this should work, but it doesn't. Why is it trying to walk through them? I'm not sure. What if I... Have you heard about the YouTube Danny? He's a game dev, very popular, but stopped uploading. You could be his successor. I believe in you. Thank you, G-Man. Is it a physics thing? Like the weight isn't heavy enough to push through things? Ooh, that is interesting. There's no pushing, like no physics like that. It's just about these obstacles collide and they can't walk through each other. And the pathfinding algorithm can actually debug it. I can show you what the pathfinding looks like. Enabled. And we can do it on the goblins as well. Enabled. And I think actually we're gonna see the other players pathfinding. Yeah, they see each other. So this simulation happens on all the clients. So if I go here, now their target is me. When I try to walk here, okay, now this time it works. No, something weird is going on here. I think the server is stuck here, but I'm not. So there was like a bit of a desync there. Yeah, you see. Yeah, this is solo game development on my free time. Randomly pulled up my stream. Nice. Weird to think YouTube doing good for someone new. I mean, I honestly think YouTube is pretty good at discovery. This is the best platform for sure. I also stream on Twitch sometimes. Like while I stream on Twitch as well. Twitch is way harder, I would say. There's no discovery there. YouTube seems to be pretty good. Like if I stream about, sometimes I stream when I game. So I was streaming when I played old school RuneScape. And then like a lot of people showed up who likes old school RuneScape and they started watching like regularly. So I think YouTube is pretty good at that. Not gonna lie. I mean, ideally, the algorithm figures out, like, can match content to people that they would enjoy, right? And there is a lot of smaller creators that do good stuff. I like that about YouTube. I mean, I don't want to see maybe small streams 100% of the time, but sometimes it's like, oh, here's something small and interesting. I wonder what this is about. And that's like a bit curious, right? I think that's good for the viewers as well, if they do it well. All right, so we have our report here. So the game is live, by the way, if you want to try it. It's, I mean, it's obviously just a demo or it's like a very, very simple demo. So this is live. Like what I'm doing here is on my computer, like local game. And this one is live. So if you join here, we should see each other. Yeah, Yi-Man, what's up? What's up, what's up, what's up? Strong bias against applications owned by big tech. So still hate YouTube and Twitch. I got it, I got it. Ah, look at this. Huge. But you feel what I mean now with the movement. It's like it's a bit off, right? And so if you press enter, you can chat. Hello. And if you press F10, you will see stats. So like your FPS and your latency. So the latency is spiking a lot now. That's something I have to work on. I think it's because the... And if you kill the goblins, I think it's because there's too many calculations happening. I need to optimize that. And if you kill a goblin, if you're lucky, you will get food. So if you get food, you will see that you have a number there. You can press 1 or press on the food to eat. Big O. What is big O? This is some kind of... this is some kind of ON or something. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. The complexity. The time complexity. I don't know, man, what the time complexity is. Yeah. Oh, that's the notation. It's called big O. Yep, yep. Nordic. Yeah, I'm Nordic. From Sweden. Having client side be able to pass through things would be good because it would make things a lot smoother. I think the server side is working fine, as far as I can tell. But it is interesting though to see the latency go up when I think it's when we all like move around, there's a lot of things to process. Like every click gets sent to the server. And that it has to calculate all the paths and stuff, similar to the clients, but yeah. And this is running on a Raspberry Pi in my home. Who made the art? I made it with an AI actually. So it's called Meshi.ai. So I use ChatGPT to generate pictures, which it's pretty good at, right? And then I sent those pictures to this AI. Now I don't have this subscription anymore, but it could generate some models. Like I didn't add this to the game yet. But yeah, here's like the sword, for example. What happened to the woman? Yeah, here. This model is in the game, but I just haven't prioritized adding her because I want to fix the networking first. Pretty cool. I feel like AI art has been getting a lot of hate, but it feels like a cool tool for smaller creators. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Like I couldn't do this myself. This would take me forever. Like it would take me a year to learn how to do this. So once like you have the framework for the game in place and you just need to create more content, you can generate stuff very fast. Upgrade to Orange Pi when? I don't know. I don't think the hardware is the problem. I think it's the code. The software is not the best. Ah, Dan, you're from, or Don, you're from Lidingö. Nice. Lidingö is, it's great. I've been there a few times. It's an island in Stockholm. Yeah, so there you have it. There is a chat system. So if you press enter, you will chat. Yo. No respawning yet. Hardcore. It takes too long to reload the web page. Maybe I should add a respawn button at some point, actually. G sucks these. How long can you make your name? You can make it very, very long. 4 GB RAM, Raspberry Pi. There's pretty powerful versions of it. Yeah, I might get a new one at some point because this Raspberry Pi, it's, I don't know. But as I said, I think it's the software that is the problem at the moment. I mean, this is not that much it has to do. Maybe the pathfinding algorithm. I haven't profiled it, to be honest. All right, synchronizing navigation agent movement. This is what I'm going to read on the subway to work. Yeah, interesting question. And ask it what to do to remove strain on the server. Yeah, let's ask it actually. Okay. Right now, the server is a bit slow. Latency goes up to like 200 ms. From base 30 ms when more players are connecting. Can you find any potential improvements to reduce the load on the server while keeping the features? So which bot am I using now? Gemini 2.5 Pro, good. Yeah, I'm gonna go to work after this stream in a few minutes. I try to stream in the morning because it's just easier to find the time and the energy. In the evenings, I'm usually a bit tired. I need to wind down so I can sleep. Yeah, I do work kind of a tech company. I work at a company called Bloomberg in London. Might come back to see progress. This might become a hobby for our friends just to check you out. Yeah, that would be cool. Fintech, kinda. It's a lot of data. It's a data provider. It has a lot of ideas here. Serialization issues. Oh, you were in Goldman for a few years. Yeah, me too. That's where I came from into Bloomberg. Nice. Where? Which city are you in, or like which office were you in? I was in their Stockholm office. Primary challenges identified are path desynchronization, particularly when avoidance is enabled, and instances where characters fail to find paths around other agents. The strategic imperative for any MMORPG is the adoption of a server authoritative architecture. The server is the ultimate arbiter of game state, including character positions and pathfinding decisions. Core solution presented herein revolve around several... Ah, New Jersey, New York, cool. Yeah, I was human. It's true. I think they merged the offices, TMW. So now they're all in New York. Used to be two different ones. Client-side prediction and interpolation. Clients utilize predictive movement for immediate responsiveness to player input and smoothly interpolate towards server-corrected states to handle latency and discrepancies. Careful configuration and strategic use of navigation agent avoidance capabilities, particularly differentiating server and client roles. Robust nav mesh. Adherence to these principles and detailed strategies outlined in this document will provide a clear roadmap. Determinism in a game simulation implies that given an identical initial state, the simulation will consistently produce the exact same output. Network synchronization models like lockstep, often used in real-time strategy games, heavily rely on this principle. I think this is something I need. Exactly this. Only player inputs are transmitted, and each connected machine simulates the game state forward. That's kind of what happens in this game now. Is this just a hobby or something you want to make into your main work? That's a good question. I mean, I do enjoy my work, but I also enjoy... This is a hobby, I would say. I think it's nice to... Because at work, I would say there is a lot of freedom and things to explore and learn that I probably couldn't learn at home, but the opposite is true as well. So like at a bigger company, you often have a lot of rules and policies and stuff that has to be followed, and not everything is available. Like there might be, oh, you need to use this database system. You need to use this thing here that we have invested in, whatever that might be. And this is common for like all companies, at least big ones. I don't have experience with startups, but like at your projects at home, you can do whatever you want. You can like spin up your own database. You can drop tables. There's a lot more freedom. So yeah, that's why. Do you play Brawl Stars? What is Brawl Stars? Looks popular. Battle arena and third-person hero shooter. No, I haven't tried this. Bro's too locked in for that. Nah, I do play games. But I haven't tried this one. Ah, it looks pretty cool. Gen Z, it's a mobile game that Gen Z plays. Don't get addicted. Recently I played old school RuneScape. Quite a lot. I guess it depends on what you compare with. But I lost, or I just haven't had the time for it, to be honest, recently. Client-side prediction. To counteract the perceived sluggishness, client-side prediction is a widely adopted technique. When a player clicks to move, the client-controlled character can begin moving along a predicted path without delay, making the game feel responsive. CSP inherently introduces a temporary desynchronization between the client's predicted state and the server's authoritative state. Server reconciliation is the process used to correct these discrepancies. It's a lot of text. It's not that concise. Yeah, RuneScape is actually fun. I mean, when you look at it, you need to be open-minded because, like, on the surface, it just looks bad, right? Like, the graphics are not that good. But it is actually a very, very rich and deep game. It's a lot of content, a lot of stuff. I've killed this guy. Elvarg, I think its name. Okay, what do we have? Strategies, this is what I need for synchronizing avoidance. Yeah, it still gets updates all the time. Like, I have it here. You'll see they release new content continuously. Like 8th of June, so 3 days ago, they had some PvP event. They released a boss like 2 weeks ago. They're gonna release some new content like sailing. And something they do really well, I think, that the community seems to like, is that they have voting to add new content. So like all the players that have played more than like a day's worth of playtime and like have above a certain level, so like people that actually play the game, get to vote on new content. So they ask the community, like, oh, we want to add this feature like sailing. Should we add it? Like, should it be like this? Should it be like that? And then the community vote. And since it's an old school game, you have to get like 75% or more. Like basically a huge majority has to agree for the content to be added. And that seems to be a very, very good model. What's up, DJ Maliboy? Bug bounty? Nah, I'm trying to solve a bug in my own game. Right now, it's to do with network movement. Do I have it up here? Yeah. So this is the game, and like the pathfinding is not really working, especially also like when you have these moving things, like if the enemies are moving, it just doesn't look very great. Yeah, it's Godot. I did it in Godot, and then compiled it into web. And then I also compiled it into a Linux server. So that's how it works. Like that's how it can be networked. So it's actually multiplayer. Yeah, I'm gonna add respawning to the game. I'll add it actually to my to-do list. Add respawning. Yeah, it's late for us. We're in the US. Oh, you're in the US. Cool. Thanks, man. Thanks for keeping track of the progress. It might have to do with the ring around the bodies. But this thing, like the pathfinding, it does have... So these are dynamic bodies. Like if you try to pathfind around the tree, for example, you will see that that works perfectly fine. Like if I want to go here, he will just walk around it, right? Okay, that looks a bit weird, but with the speed. But when it comes to these ones, these are dynamic, so they're not pre-baked. So they have to calculate it like on the spot. So that's why there's avoidance enabled on all of them. Should be. Yeah. Maybe I need longer time horizon or something. Ah, you're a designer, DJ. Now he actually figures it out. Maybe the time horizon has to be longer because it takes longer to walk around them. Okay, that actually seems to work. So that's one of the problems. Like why didn't he walk around them? But then the other problem is the synchronization with the network. But I'm gonna read this report I got from Gemini, see if there's anything useful in it. I just found a bug. Look at this. Oh yeah, show the hitboxes. That's actually not a bad idea. Look at this bug. I think it's a bug, right? If I change target just as my swing lands, it's gonna land on the other target. So if I do this, no. Okay, try again. Yeah, look. Weird. All right, I'm gonna save this and then I'm gonna go. Git commit. Rating a bit better now. And I pushed it. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm gonna close the stream. Gotta get to work. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Really good, interesting chat, and hope to see you soon again. Have a good rest of your day. Have a good evening, and talk soon. Bye-bye.